dating and living in a car. If you decide to live in a car, how do you approach dating? For me, I don't want to date. I don't want to be in a relationship. It's not for me. But I will say this in my experience in life, in both failing in relationships and growing and maturing as a person. I will say that if you cannot honestly share with someone what your life circumstances and what you like to do, if you cannot honestly share those things with that person, they aren't the right person. But more importantly, you aren't mature enough to have a healthy relationship. I remember, one time in my early 20s, I had a pretty good job, but I remember being at like some high fancy party, and I met some girl, and I was telling her like I was a real estate developer. I wasn't a real estate developer, but that's what I told her because I was still too immature, and I didn't have enough maturity to, just be honest with what my job was, and it was actually a decent job, but I wanted to super impress her. When any healthy relationship requires honesty. It requires you to be able. Here's the key thing, because everybody kind of knows that's kind of corny. The key thing. This is the best way to say it. Any healthy relationship requires you to feel safe in fully being you in front of them, and they feel safe to be themselves in front of you. When you feel safe with someone, friendship or dating, whatever capacity, business even, when you have two people that feel safe with one another, you have started a healthy relationship. So my advice and my opinion, if you do decide or if you do live in a car and you want to date and it's a lifestyle you're choosing, and if you want, and even if you weren't choosing it, just be honest. Because if you can't feel safe to share what you want to do in life and who you are, you're with the wrong people. You're with the wrong person. That's certainly, like I say, you gotta be mindful of who you share what with. Um, but as I make this video, I kind of just want to make a video, I guess, what it would be like for that. Again, I can't fully speak to it because it's not one of my goals, not one of the things I desire. But I do want to say, in my experience in life, in both failing in relationships and being immature, one thing that I've learned is that when you are ready to grow with someone, you have to feel safe with them and they have to feel safe with you. So if you want to try to date or to have a relationship while living in your car, and you want to go beyond just the pleasant, if you want to go beyond just like common association, like, oh, how you doing, this and that, and if you want to allow people deeply into your life, if you can't tell them that you live in your car, then they don't need to go beyond that common level of respect. Because you have a common outer circle where you meet people that you associate with and that you can respect, and that, you can certainly have some valuable conversation and some productive level of relationship. But then you have an inner circle, which is close to your inner being, where you fully expose who you are. And not that you shouldn't always be yourself with even the outer circle, but there's a level of intimacy with your inner circle. And that intimacy comes from complete vulnerability, complete feeling. It just comes from a feeling of being able to be safe around that person. They're able to be safe around you, with the understanding everyone is human, including me, including you. So you will get hurt and people will let you down, including me. But if you decide to have any relationship outside that outer perimeter, that's the key component. Being able to feel safe with them, and eventually, and hopefully them being able to feel safe with you, and that's magic. All right. So that's just my overall thoughts on dating and living in a car, or having any type of relationship and living out a car, really. I mean, and it really don't have to apply living out a car. It could be anything in life, right? So I just want to share that as I reflect on that topic. All right. Stay inspired.